Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for episode 33. Joined by Lewis again, where we'll preview the Slavia Prague second leg this Thursday. Then we'll preview the Old Firm game, massive Old Firm game again this Sunday. So stay tuned for all that coming up in this episode. And before we get into that, if you would like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we're nearing 200 subscribers, about 30 away for that. If you want to like the video on YouTube as well, that would do us a lot. And if you would like to subscribe to the socials on the screen, that would be much appreciated. Just a quick wee thing. I was actually on the TA Pundits podcast. You'll find them on Twitter. We done a 2-hour special podcast on Rangers. We done for the banter years all the way up to now. I gave an XI. I gave a bad quiz, I would say. I was quite annoyed at myself out of the 10 questions. So if you want to check that out, they're on Spotify and Apple and all that. Go and give them good reviews. They're good lads. Everything about Scottish football in there. So check them out at TA Pundits on Twitter. So we'll get into it now then. It feels like absolutely ages ago since we last spoke, since that Slavia Prague game. How have you been doing without Rangers again this weekend?
Mate, listen, been trying to get links to Saudi Arabia football just to keep myself entertained, because the Premier League don't entertain us. So Saudi Arabia. No, I'm only joking, mate. No, it's not been the best, is it, mate? It feels like a lifetime ago. Do you know what I mean? Galaxy far away since we played. Maybe yourself.
Just getting through it as best I can, trying to keep myself busy as best I can to then get closer to the football, because that's what's keeping us all going at the moment. Although it was nice to see the sun out today, a bit of good temperature outside as well, so that brought the spirits up a bit. I hope it did for a lot of people as well, so that's obviously good, getting to summer and that, so we've got loads to look forward to. But we go into Slavia Prague first of all. Thursday night's game at Ibrox, under the lights at Ibrox as well. I think it's in 7:45 kickoff, so later than last week. But we go there to Ibrox. We go with a healthy goal, away goal anyway. Still a lot to do in the tie. Last week, you could say maybe we underperformed, but we took into account at the time that it was down to the partying, the hangovers and stuff for the weekend winning the league and that. So we were allowing them that. We still get a good result. How do you feel going into the second leg now that you've had to process, obviously, last week's game and that? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit, I don't want to say confident, but I'm just feeling a bit buzzed, mate, to finally get to watch Rangers play. I think in my football, as we said, it's been a bit of a while since last Thursday. But I feel like the team should be confident going into this one. Obviously, we're at home. As I say, we're unbeaten. And we've had time off to properly assess the game, probably back, and probably watch a lot more of how they play. Mostly they had a game during, at the weekend there, didn't they? I don't know if they won. Did they win?
Aye, that's what I was going to go on to there. They won. I think it was 3-0 they won. And I hate to say it, but Stanshew scored 2 in that game again. So he's going to be the man to look out for again on that side of the pitch.
I think he's trying to do a Barisic in that and try and just play well to get a move to Ibrox.
Do you know what? I'd take him in a heartbeat. So as we say, we go into it. We're just happy to see Rangers back again. It's happy to get talking about Rangers' upcoming fixtures again. Obviously, 2 massive ones this week. We'll go on to the Old Firm obviously later on, but Slavia Prague first to hopefully take care of. I'm pretty confident going into it. Although I felt last week we exposed ourselves to some good. A good team in Slavia Prague. I feel like they are well drilled. I feel like playing in the Czech League doesn't really get them enough plaudits, but their football in Europe is very surprising to a lot of people now. They're a good side in Europe, maybe much like Rangers to a lot of people. Obviously, they look at the Scottish League, it's not up to much, but in Europe, we seem to be right up there. So I feel like it's going to be a very tight game again, as it was over there. We're going to need to work very, very hard for the victory in the end. But at Ibrox, I've got a lot of confidence in the team and whatever Gerrard does. We've had a week off, since that. They've played a game extra over us at the weekend. We should be rearing and ready to go. Ryan Jack should be back. Balogun's back in the squad again after his ban. Roof will be back obviously after his cameo last week, so we're looking good going into it, which is good to see. Full strength sort of side going into it. And I'm just looking forward to it, mate.
But I know, listen, mate, 100% looking forward to it. I'm happy players like Kemar Roof and Balogun and all that will be back. I watched the Roof interview he sent us over a Sunday TV interview. So I watched that, checked that out with Kemar. But no, mate, I'm confident going into this game and all. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to underestimate them. So obviously we've played them, they gave us a good game, but that wasn't us really at our best, let's be honest, as you say. We're on the boozer, so I expect Rangers at their best to not roll them over, but take care of business, hopefully. Do you know what I mean? Difficult game at the end of the day, but I expect Rangers to take care of business.
Aye, and I feel like that's a lot of Rangers fans' opinions, me and your opinions on this one. A good side, but if they're no beating us when we're still half cut, I feel like we should be confident. So, I'm looking forward to it, and I've got a quick question for you actually. In one of the group chats I'm in, the question was asked: is European football still a bonus, or is this something that we should grab by two hands as a great opportunity this season, as we've already got so far? We're 90 minutes away from the last 8, one better than last year. But the league's wrapped up. This is something we could really go and try and get as far as we can in it. Obviously, with the league wrapped up, we still maintain that every league game needs to be a victory. Even still, that's no question about that. But is it still a bonus for you, or are you looking to really go far in this tournament now?
See when Unai Emery's managing a team in this tournament, I think we'll just have to take it as a bonus until he's no managing. No, I would say at the moment in time, mate, no, I'm doing honestly. Like, every time he manages a team in this tournament, he ends up winning it. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I would have his team at the moment. I know Man United and that are in it as favourites, but he's won this tournament 3 in a row. Do you know what I mean? Back to back, he knows what it takes to win it. But for us, I would say, do you know what I mean? It's went from being a bonus to now. Listen, the league's wrapped. We could still do it. Also, we get the Scottish Cup as well. But listen, I think we could go, do you know what I mean, further on if we do beat Slavia. And it depends how the draw comes out as well. Do you know what I mean? There is still some tricky teams in the tournament. But as people say all the time, it is about the draw and how the draw turns out for you, innit? Do you know what I mean? You never know who you're going to get. Let's just avoid, as I say, Unai Emery. I want to avoid his teams at all costs, mate, because I'm telling you, he's my favourite to win it. Do you know what I mean? Valencia, or whatever he's managing, Villarreal, Villarreal, and Villarreal, whoever he's managing, it doesn't really matter his favourites to win it for me. But I feel like for us, it's went from being a bonus to something that, well, do you know what? Listen, let's just go for it. Let's see what happens. Let's go for it. You never know where we could end up. Do you know what I mean? That's the way you've got to look at it. For me, I don't know about yourself, mate, but that's the way I'm looking at it.
Aye, much similar. Me and you obviously talked at the start of the season, not really interested in European football. It was all about just winning the league this year. But for the fact that the team's been as good as it has been in Europe and domestically so far, you've got to look at Europe and be like, right, why don't we just put everything we've got into this? We've got so far already. You look at the budgets still in the tournament. I mean, Man United, Bruno Fernandes is about 50 million. Pogba was 100 million. Spurs have got Gareth Bale and Son and Kane and all that. You've got elite level players in this, and Rangers are still there with 50 grand Glenn Kamara in the midfield. So you've got to take into account that it does wonders for us financially in these tournaments. And it gets everybody's eyes on Rangers. That's what I like about European competition. I like everybody thinking Rangers in a good way. Even with last week, we get a lot of good plaudits again with how we played after winning the league against a tough team like Slavia, who Leicester couldn't even score against. So we're doing really well in Europe. We've done well in Europe for the past few years. But I feel like this team right now, the way it is capable of going on a major run. And a touch wood, hopefully we beat Slavia Prague on Thursday. And we can experience another the first one in the Europa League anyway, last 8 draw. That's a quarter final, man. Like, crazy to get that achievement. Even if we don't go past that, that's a massive achievement at the end of the season if we get it done.
No, I agree with you. I'd take see if we get past Slavia and we get quarters, say we get drawn a team that's just a bit too much. See, we get a Man United or something, it's a bit too much for us or what have you. I'm still proud of the team. They've represented Scotland, do you know what I mean, in a positive light. They're the reason why, do you know what I mean, 2 teams or whatever's changing with the whole Europa League and Champions League thing. It's all because of Rangers and how well Steven Gerrard's team have done. Do you know what I mean, in this tournament? Not today with Celtic, they finished rock bottom of their group. So we want to talk about them. But no, I agree with you, mate. I feel like, as I say, it's about the draw, how the draw gets us. Do you know what I mean? If we get a team like Granada or whatever, do you know what I mean? I fancy my chances with them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to underestimate any team in this tournament, but I do feel like we could go on a mini run here. As I say, I want an English team. Do you know what I mean? Even if we go out, I want an English team. I want to just batter an English team at Ibrox. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I'm totally with you. I'm trying not to look too far ahead, obviously, because I really want to win this game on Thursday to be able to have the prospect of looking at these sort of options. So I hope the team can deliver them. But I'm the same as you. I think the three English teams in the tournament are pretty in form at the moment, bar maybe Spurs are a bit hot and cold, but Arsenal are on really good form after their turnaround for Arteta. Man United are on good form, beating Man City, ending their winning run. So they are very strong teams, but you've got to look at it like Rangers are a strong team as well. They can't underestimate that we've only lost one game this season, that we could really go toe-to-toe with a team like that and hopefully prevail. So the prospect of that happening excites me, excites yourself. So hopefully we can get past Slavia Prague.
You just talking about the teams the other now, right? I watched that North London derby, right? See when Man United go away to City, I think they're kind of favourites for me when they play at the Etihad. I feel like they're more likely for me, they're favourites to win that game. I watched they two play, mate. I was falling asleep. I know I say it all the time. I was falling asleep watching this. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. All these lads are on these major bucks. Do you know what I mean? Apart from what Lamella's goal, what else was there to talk about in that game? Obviously, the controversy with a penalty. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? I think if we were to play any day two teams, I feel like we can beat them. Do you know what I mean? See how well we play. We've played all season. I feel like could batter a Spurs or an Arsenal if we were given the chance. Do you know what I mean? That's just me personally. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like they two especially, I feel like we could give they two a real good game. Man United, it's a different story, obviously, because they've got the quality of like Bruno Fernandes and Rashford and that. But Spurs and Arsenal, I feel like Rangers could take them, especially at Ibrox, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like we could. Honestly, I know you're saying about Unai Emery in this competition, but I really do believe that we could really give a good game to anybody this season in world football. Honestly, bring in Barcelona, Real Madrid. I feel like we could really go toe-to-toe with a team like that this season. We might not come out on top, but I feel like we would give near enough everybody a good game, especially at Ibrox as well. You see how we play away from home as well now. If you're in Europe, we're resilient. We try and just roll the sleeves up, get the hard work done, hopefully reap the rewards at the end of it. That was even to the tail end of the last season before it got shut down. Braga, we went over there 1-1-0. We were on probably the poorest run of form we've ever been on under Steven Gerrard and still get a double over Braga, who were one of the most informed teams in the tournament. So I don't feel like you can underestimate Rangers. You obviously can't underestimate the challenge we've got in front of us on Thursday, and you can't underestimate the challenge ahead with the other teams in the tournament. So I'm like you. European football was a bonus, but now it's really becoming a priority. Let's go as far as we can here.
But that's what I'm on about, mate. I feel like, see, ever since that Bayer Leverkusen game, because they didn't turn up at all in both legs for me. Do you know what I mean? I think they were a bit overwhelmed with what the team they were playing, maybe an experience what they were hanging. But now I feel like they've had that experience and realised, we can actually play. Do you know what I mean, against MD? So that's why I'm backing do you know what I mean? You back your team every day of the week, but I'm backing them even more in terms of this tournament because I feel like they could do it. Obviously, Slavia, as you're saying, let's not overlook them. Let's not overlook them at all. But let's get the job done, lads. Come on.
Aye, and that leads us into the team prediction actually for this game. Now we've had a really good discussion there. I enjoyed that. To the Slavia game now. Who started last week? So Hadji started up front, Aribo in the midfield. I feel like he's going to go pretty similar. I feel like he's going to go with McGregor, Patterson, Goldson, Hollander, Barisic, Davis, Kamara, Aribo, Hadji, Morelos and Kent. I feel it will stay, I think, identical to it was last week. The team that obviously get a good result there deserves to obviously take it back home and hopefully get another good result. Balogun could come in with the pace of them up front. That maybe troubled us a bit. Aribo could also move forward. Hadji could drop out. But what do you think about the lineup?
I'm personally feeling like he might play Scotty Arfield. I feel like Arfield might be playing this game. I don't know why. I just feel like Scotty Arfield maybe might come in here. I don't know. I'm just feeling Arfield. I don't know about the back, mate. I think I could see Balogun come in obviously for the paces you're saying, just to handle it. But I don't know. I feel like the Hollander and Goldson are just solid together, man.
Aye.
solid as a rock.
The two of them, every single time they play with each other, they're solid. They know each other. But I feel the same with Balogun as well. I feel that anybody that plays next to Connor Goldson, even Patterson in his early stages of his Rangers career, just seems to look much more accomplished and confident with Goldson by his side. So I've just got nothing but good words for Goldson, honestly, this season. And much the same to you. So I feel like that's the team that could do it for us. The one I can really see is Balogun coming back in after his suspension for that extra bit of pace at the back. But I wouldn't be complaining too much with that. We've got enough on the bench. We've got Roof back as well. So I am looking forward to the game. I'm not going to say a score prediction this time. I just can't. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous for the game. So we'll move on for that because I know you won't want to give one either. And after that game, I think the draw, I don't know if it might be Friday or the week after, but we'll find out after the game on Thursday, see how it goes. After that, Old Firm game, again, or should be called
whoa, Jack.
Glasgow Derby, sorry.
Exactly.
I know the Old Firm, the words freak out a lot of people in Glasgow, so we'll keep on saying it, why not? So we go there as champions. And it wasn't that long ago that we were going there and celebrating one each draws with Clint Hill. So look at how far we've came. They're in absolute turmoil at the moment. They've just surrendered the league at Tannadice last week. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm confident going into this game because although Celtic, to save their season, primarily need to go and beat us at Celtic Park. They can't afford to obviously get beat off us 3 times in a season. We still have a game to play, but I'm confident. I don't know about yourself.
I'm always confident. Well, I'm not always confident, mate, but I'm always a bit. I don't know. I'm just always a bit nervous for these games. As I say, you're always a bit. Do you know what I mean? Especially as champions, I feel like if we played this season, we should really beat them. Do you know what I mean? But you always still got to be a bit aware. Do you know what I mean? It's an Old Firm. And an Old Firm can happen. Do you know what I mean? It can happen. Somebody can play a little flute sometimes, or do you know what I mean? Chaotic things can happen in Old Firm, mate. I don't know, mate. I'm just a bit nervous. Well, I'm a bit nervous for it, but to be honest with you, I'm just dying to watch Rangers play football, man. It's been too long since last Thursday to watch Rangers playing a game of football, but this one's going to be a bit more special, as we say. So we're going to be champions. I don't care for the whole, do you know what I mean, Guard of Honour thing that everyone's going on about Rodgers. I think he's only saying that to annoy Celtic fans, to be honest. I don't care for it. I care for the 3 points and I care for, do you know what I mean, going up the road, proving that we are the best team in Scotland.
Aye, that was actually my first point. So you've answered it yourself. You don't care about it. But the Guard of Honour, it's been not heavily documented, but I mean, after we'd won the league, that was what everybody was talking about. We didn't give them a Guard of Honour. And I just feel like the Old Firm is the derby it is, with the hatred, the passion. I'm not expecting a Guard of Honour. I don't care either. Like, just get on the park, win the game. I'm the exact same as you. Get the 3 points, give them a doing, and I'll be happy with that. Couldn't care less if Celtic or Clapham was onto the park or not. That's just me. But I feel like we should be going to Celtic Park, Guard of Honour or no, and putting in a performance to show why we are champions. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a big test again, even though the league is won, for us to really go and make a statement against Celtic and show, right, we are champions for a reason. We are the Premier club in Scotland again for a reason. So that's going to be big. And just the fact that I brought up at the start of the segment, like, we're going there as champions, and this is something this team is going to try and come back for quickly. Another league game, their first league game as champions. Obviously, Slavia, Europe and that, but first league game as champions, and you're going to Celtic Park. They will need to perform.
100%. As I said, when you sent us that Keema Roof interview, as he said in it, it doesn't matter if the champions are at. Do you know what I mean? You've just got to win this game. It doesn't matter. You've just, whatever's been done or anything, you've just got to win this game. It doesn't matter, and he's 100% right for that. I like that my players are thinking like that they are thinking it doesn't matter that we are champions, we have to beat Celtic. Do you know what I mean? Which I'm happy with for my team. But at the same time, I think we have to be aware of Celtic in the sense that they're going to be feeling like, do you know what I mean? They're going to be the way that we felt. Do you know what I mean? After getting scudded 5-1 and that, do you know what I mean? The way that we felt after watching them win leagues. Do you know what I mean? You just feel I don't know. I don't know what I say about suicide or anything like that, but you didn't feel the best. I'll just
Yeah,
say.
you're scunnered after it, I know.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a chance. It's a chance for them to hang me, but I just feel like, man, I just feel like we're too good. Do you know what I mean? I really do, and I feel like the team on is nervous. I don't want to say they were scared, but they're not as. Do you know what I mean? They're not as panicky as they've been before in these games.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like they because they've got the feeling now. Do you know what I mean? Especially Goldson. I feel like beforehand Goldson was a bit shaky in them, but I feel like now he's. Do you know what I mean? He's going for a hat trick. Do you know what I mean?
Know.
He's going for a hat trick at Celtic Park, mate. I don't know, mate. I can't believe it's an Old Firm. Do you know what I mean? We're getting an Old Firm at the weekend. Do you know what I mean? I'm more focused on Europe. That's the way it is for me at the moment, mate. I'm just more focused on the European one than
I'm the exact same. It's weird that we're in a week where the Old Firm isn't the biggest game of the week. I was thinking that myself today. I'm more looking forward to the Slavia game and hopefully make a statement again to go further in Europe. That's my main priority at the moment. But you can't take away again how big the Old Firm is after the Slavia game's been and gone. You'll obviously get into the battle fever mode and it will come. So as I say, I'm looking forward to it for all the reasons you said. The team don't need to fear Celtic. They're champions. Celtic need to fear us now. And the thing is, Celtic need to come out and try and beat us. They can't just sit back and let us invite pressure onto them because their fans aren't going to be happy with that. They need to go out and beat us, which will play right into our hands. We'll just dismantle them. I feel like we did in that 2019 win with Katic's header. Like they just play right into our hands. Gerrard has it down to a T. They've obviously got a caretaker manager now. The players don't want to be there, half of them. So I feel confident. I really do feel confident at the moment about this game. But for me, it's all about Thursday first and getting the job done at Slavia Prague.
No, 100%. That's what I'm saying, mate. Do you know what I mean? As I've said, like, it just doesn't feel like an Old Firm like we. Do you know what I mean? But that shows you how far we've come along. Do you know what I mean? Before, when it was, do you know what I mean, Mark Warburton, it was all you were buzzing. Do you know what I mean? You were buzzing for now with Gerrard, how far he's got in Europe. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I mean, the best way obviously to win these games isn't to allow the emotion to control you. That's what happens. I feel like do you know what I mean? The team that ends up losing it, the emotion just gets to them. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be, not in a sense, motionless, but you just can't allow it to override you. Do you know what I mean? You just got to stick to your game plan in these, and that's what Rangers did the last time went to Celtic Park. Sorry, they had a game plan that executed it. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully, Agent Duffy is playing it again. That would be fantastic if he wants to help us get the win. Again, that'd be sensational. I don't know, mate. I'm just focused on Europe. Honestly, it's just Europe in my mind, now. As you say, until the weekend, do you know what I mean? That's when Bartley comes and then you're up for it. But right now, my mind is just Europe.
Aye. Pretty similar to me. This is probably the shortest Old Firm segment we'll ever do, and all just due to that fact. Europe being the main priority this week. But if you want to go into it, I've got my team selection here. I think Tav could be back for this one, which is a big boost because I think Patterson and stuff are still needing to serve bans due to the COVID thing and that. So they might be missing by this point, but I'm not sure if it might be weeks after that or when that's getting heard. So if Tav's back, I'm pretty sure he comes straight back in. So this is what I've went with Tav in the lineup. McGregor, Tav, Goldson. I think if Balogun starts on Thursday, it'll be Hollander, but the other way about. So Hollander or Balogun. But I've went with Balogun here. Barisic. Ryan Jack could be back, as Steven Gerrard says, for Thursday. So bringing him back into the Old Firm with Davis and Kamara is the midfield that he seems to love in big games. So I would love to see that again. I'd like to see Aribo out in the right, causing them all sorts of problems. And I'd like to see Morelos and Kent up front, of course. Hopefully, fingers are crossed that Morelos can break that curse that he's got because he's on red hot form at the moment. And he's fired up.
No, he's fired up. He's ready to go. I don't know what to talk about it. That's all happened. No, fingers crossed, as you say, mate. I don't know, man. In terms of team selection, I think I'd pretty much just go with what you said there. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Brandon Bark isn't playing. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it when he started the last time we went to Celtic Park. He did nothing.
Crazy.
He did absolutely nothing that game.
Mm-hmm.
If Tav's back, then I'm happy with that. Do you know what I mean? Finally, just to get Tav back, get him back into the mix. Patterson and that. I don't know. So but they're still going to get banned. Like they're still going to get suspended and all that for the COVID breach and that.
Basically, due to it, they've obviously breached COVID and all that, but they were allowed to come back into the bubble with like negative tests and stuff like that. So that's why Patterson and Zungu and all that came back into the fold for the Antwerp return leg that night. Obviously, he comes on, gets his debut goal. We hated him before that. Every Rangers fan was the same. So I feel they were allowed to come back into the mix with that. Rangers were really short in squad numbers as well. So Gerrard had to put what was right for the team. I mean, he can't be going there with no players. So he had to be like, right, we'll put what's happened behind us and it's a new clean slate for you to go and prove yourself. Obviously, Patterson's took that opportunity like no other. Zungu's had a few cameos. Bassey still to really receive any minutes, but it seems to be all blown over, but there is another hearing, I think, to determine what sort of ban they'll get, similar to Jones and Edmondson, because you can't ban the two of them and then nothing happens to these folks. So Patterson will be gone for a while, I think. Maybe till the end of the season he'll be banned for. So I'm unsure when that is, but if Tav's only a week or two away, maybe he starts the Old Firm game, but we'll need to wait and see.
So, like as you're saying there, so he might be banned to the end of the season. Does that mean that how many games is Calvin Bassey played? Because will he get his medal? Because, you have to play. Is it 3 games or something you have to play in it?
No, I don't actually know I don't know the amount of games you need to play, but all of them will get medals. Patterson, I think he's got the lowest appearances at the moment.
Medal, want to get to me. Give me Zungu's medal.
Get to Katic.
Honestly, I kick him out the bubble. I'd kick him out the bubble. I'm sorry, mate. He's only here to party. I can't put up with players. He's only here for a party. Do you know what I mean? He's coming up here to taste buttfast and all that. Do you know what I mean? He's not up here for football reasons.
Honestly, I've drew a clean slate with everybody. If I can take to Patterson again, I can take to Zungu again. So I've drew a clean slate. It's happened.
I'll never take to him again, mate.
So
I'm not taking to him again. Do you know what I mean? See his medal want to do on a giveaway on the podcast. See his medal over here and we'll do a giveaway on the podcast.
You heard it here. You heard it here. So we could be without them for a while, but it's still up there. Patterson's still in the squad at the moment. So he starts definitely on Thursday. Don't know about Sunday, but I'm happy with him to start anyway. He's a top pro so far. I'm going to go into I went onto my lineup, sorry. Arfield also could come back in. But I was going to go into actually talking about Patterson in that the new lineups come out for internationals today. It's obviously a big day for football and fans. Shea Adams in the Scotland squad. Who would have thought it? Kevin Nisbet in the Scotland squad. But looking at the Scotland squad as I was, I'm disappointed with the defence. You're taking Liam Palmer, Stephen O'Donnell. Stephen O'Donnell's 9th in the Scottish Premiership, although he did get us there. Patterson, for me, at the moment, he's playing at a very high level. Although he's had off-the-field issues, he could be banned when the tournament comes around, I get that. But he's played at a high level last week, man of the match, in a knockout tie in Europe, scored in Europe. I, for me, feel that he is at the level currently to be able to go and play with Scotland in a right-back position, which has troubled them for ages.
So you're going to watch Scotland, or you're going to back your team?
Right, I know I'm not a big. I'm not. If Patterson's in the squad, right, I mean, I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm no massive on Scotland. Anybody that listens to the podcast and all that will know it. But just with the updates his squad coming out today, it excited me a bit.
No, I understand that. Listen, let's see, for me with Patterson, he's had a couple of good performances. You can't just put him in for that. As I say, he's picked that boy because he trusts that boy. I think in the next couple of months, Patterson will definitely be playing in the World Cup qualifiers. Do you know what I mean? For the rest of the campaign, I don't know about I don't think he'll be at the Euros, but listen, there'll be a chance for him to go to a World Cup and things like that. He's got a bright future with Scotland, I would say. For me, the disappointment with the teams, as I say, is why is he picking 3 left backs? Why is Ryan Christie and Cal McGregor there? They've not had, and why is what's his name for Sheffield? That Oliver Burnley, or whatever his name is. Why did Sheffield done in there? I can understand Ryan Christie, right? I don't think Cal McGregor's a good footballer. I can respect he plays at Celtic and all this. He plays at high level. I just don't like him as a footballer. Do you know what I mean? Turnbull should be in there. We know that. Do you know what I mean? That's a fact there. Jay Adams in the Scotland squad, I mean, I'll take it every day over watching that useless. That honestly, you could put a bit of wood up front. I'd rather watch a guy with one leg try and play up front for Scotland than Oliver McBurney. I really would. The guy is Oliver, whatever his name is. He's useless. Whatever that boy's name is, he's useless. I don't even. I know he's a Rangers fan and that, but he's useless. With Patterson, mate, I'll get back to Patterson, but Patterson for me, he can still play part in the qualifiers. Just maybe, do you know what I mean? He needs to play a lot more first team football, which is going to be difficult because obviously Tav's there. I agree he's probably better than the boy from Motherwell, but as I say, he's only picked him because he knows him through his time at Kilmarnock and he trusts him. That's the only reason I can say why. But the three left back situations, I say, that's why you pick three. Robertson and Kieran Tierney are the best two, do you know what I mean? What are you picking that other boy for Celtic from? Do you know what I mean? Go and get the boy Fettley. How come the boy Fettley's not getting a look in? What's his name?
Aaron Hickey.
Hickey or something, innit? He's a Hickey, no. I give him into the team. Do you know what I mean? He's versatile, isn't he? He can play right and left back. Do you know what I mean? Even better. Do you know what you're on you go, mate? On you go. Sorry, didn't make it off.
No, you can go say it. I've got quite a lot ready to talk about here.
I know, listen, I'm just saying, see if he's playing Scott McTominay at the back. That's useless. The boy's been putting the goals in for Man United. He rattled Leeds, do you know what I mean? He rattled my boys, do you know what I mean? He's been putting the ball. Don't be playing him at centre back and then having absolutely boring Callum McGregor on the ball. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather watch paint tonight than watch him play football. Honestly, the midfield for me has got to be Jack, McTominay, and maybe who's there? But McGinn in it. Hey, you guys in it. Put him in the team. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy Che Adams is there. I'm only joking. Listen, I'm only joking. I'm happy Che Adams is there, but it's all about if he can get the right service in there. Kevin Nisbet, your boy, gets called up as well. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that, mate.
I just when it came out today, the Scotland squad, it excited me in ways. Obviously, the Che Adam news is massive for Scotland because you look at the striking options we've had. Now we've got two proper strikers, although Dykes was really good getting Scotland to the tournament. Che Adams is doing very well in the Premier League. Kevin Nisbet might have tailed away, obviously, after December, but had a very good season with Hibs. I was campaigning for him every single Scotland squad that came out. So I'm happy to see them in there. But to answer your question about the left-back situation, I think it's because of the system Steve Clarke plays. He plays Kieran Tierney at centre-back, so I think Tierney is actually in the squad as a centre-back, and he has he's Greg Taylor is his reserve left-back. I understand the Aaron Hickey calls and all that, but you could maybe put that on the same sort of scale as Patterson, playing for a big club at a high level, but just needs a bit more experience. I understand that with Patterson, obviously needing a bit of experience. O'Donnell got them at the tournament. He deserves to obviously play at the tournament as well. I do understand that. But the midfield as well, to be fair, I've always rated Callum McGregor as a player, honestly. I thought, no this season, but every other season I thought he was decent. See when he's played in his actual position, which is a box-to-box, he's more been played as a CDM at the moment. He's good. He's good in that position. Ryan Jack, for me, is a mainstay in the Scotland squad. Scott McTominay, as you said, has been on fire for Man United, scoring goals and everything. Should be in the midfield, but it's the defensive situation. It's too weak. Like that's what I looked at instantly. I'm like O'Donnell and Palmer as your right backs. It's poor. Declan Gallagher obviously done well to get Scotland to the tournament. I don't rate him at all. McTominay and Tierney, who you're playing out of position at centre back. You've not got Liam Cooper there. I don't even know who the other centre backs are, but why not give Jason Kerr a run for St Johnstone? He's just won the trophy with him. He's a good defender. Sean Rooney, even at right back with St Johnstone's, had a really good season. He scored in the final. He beat Livingston. So there's plenty of good talent in our league. I would like to see it get used eventually. But I mean, you can.
Do you reckon Steve Clarke was playing spin the bottle while he was having some wee whiskies when he was picking the national team? I reckon he was. No, listen, see with Callum McGregor. Listen, I know I went on a wee hang about me, but see if he scores a winning goal against England, he'll be fantastic. Do you know what I mean? But I'll praise him. I'll say he's the best midfielder. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Just anytime I've watched him play, do you know what I mean? Which is only when he plays against Rangers or when he's playing for Scotland. He's just too negative. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's Steve Clarke's system. Like it's a bit too negative. Do you know what I mean? Because when I'm watching Scotland, I feel like the midfield are just clueless. They don't know what to do. It's just like table tennis here. You take it. I don't want it. Do you know what I mean?
That is Steve Clarke's system, though. he's defensive as a manager. He likes to set up his units to not get beat. And hopefully nick a goal, and that's what's happened near enough every game Scotland I've watched. Like, they don't play well, they don't concede many goals, but they will always sort of find a goal for somewhere, and that's Steve Clarke's sort of philosophy at the end of the day. But
that's what I'm on about. That's why I'm favouring it in the tournament, because seeing this tournament, mate, you don't know. You can draw every game. Do you know what I mean? Look at Portugal.
I was going to say that. Portugal never won a game, I don't think, and then they never won a game in 90 minutes. Sorry, and then went on and won the tournament. So, I get you that one.
See, with the goalkeeping situation, I need to go into this. I'm sorry, David Marshall, fair player, right? My boy McLaughlin, who's been superb. What was it? What's it? 11 clean.
He's got
11 appearances.
11 appearances, maybe 10 or 11. I think it might be 10 clean sheets. So again, an unsung hero this season for the early parts of it for us.
Exactly, 100%. And then who have you get with Craig Gordon in it? Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, goalkeeping. I mean, my boy for Rangers has got to be in there number one. Do you know what I mean? I know Davy Marshall will get it, but you've got to take club form into consideration here. He's fighting with relegation with Derby. The two boys for Sheffield are fighting relegation. I can understand Ryan Christie and Callum McGregor. They're still two solid players.
Fighting relegation with Celtic.
A season. You know what I mean? But there's even Motherwell and all they're in a sort of relegation battle. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think you need to, I don't know, take that in there. But anyway, Che Adams is in the team. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see him score. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But yeah, listen, I've got a question for you. We were talking about it. Do you know what I mean? We were going back and forth in it. The fact that England once again I don't know, I've not seen their team or whatever, but it'll probably happen. They're going to snub, do you know what I mean, my boy Tavernier and Connor Goldson this season, who've been solid, because of probably the level of football they play at. When somebody like Trent and who was that I said to you, Tyrone Mings are probably going to get in the team, do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's unfair on Tavernier. They deserve to get a look in, at least, do you know what I mean?
Aye, that's the big thing for me. We done a full podcast episode actually talking about Tavernier getting an England call-up a few months ago when he was on his best form of his life. Never happened then. Just it's the right back situation doesn't favour Tav. It's just like they've got, although Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't been great this season for Liverpool, I mean he's still always going to be there. Similar to Trippier for Atletico Madrid. Who else have we got in the right back position? Wan-Bissaka, Reece James, Max Aarons, who's in the under-21 squad, Lamptey even for Brighton. I mean, there's plenty of strength and there's obviously talent coming through for Young. So the main thing for me and obviously Tav's situation, I want to know if his name's ever brought up in the discussion. That's what I want to know. For the centre-back position, Goldson for me is the one that we're looking really likely to get in it. It probably won't happen still due to the fact of Southgate's choices in the past and that. But like Connor Goldson, we've conceded 7 goals in the league at Ibrox, a handful away from home. European could be better, obviously, with the goals returned, but we're winning games. We've lost 1 game all season, and Goldson has been a massive, massive part of that. Surely Southgate has to look at that. His other options at centre-back, as you said, Tyrone Mings, Michael Keane, who's on decent form for Everton, Harry Maguire, John Stones, James Tarkowski, players like that. I feel like Goldson should be in there. That's just me. Maybe it's my Rangers cap on, but I would just love to see it for him.
Well, listen, look, I see when you're talking about the right backs, how many of them are in the 21st century team, hanging with Messi, Ronaldo, and that? Because Tav's there. Do you see that?
I did. That's fascinating. That.
Do you know what I mean? See, just when we're talking about that, like Trippier, I've watched Trippier the majority of this thing. He's been injured, on and off injury with Lampard lad as well. Lampard, whatever his name is. He's been off on injured. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like Tav deserves a look at. Do you know what I mean? Some of his performances, Goldson as well, man. They both just deserve a look in. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't matter what. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? If you think the Scottish League how competitive it is or not, they're still putting in sensational performances. Look at some of Tav's free kicks, as I've said. Connor Goldson's stock, like blocks and things that have, do you know what I mean, helped us get far in Europe. But that Hangmy boy that switched it on loan at some Belgium club for Celtic or something. So, you know, in the Scotland squad, what's his name again?
Jack Hendry. Aye.
Aye, so he's playing Belgian football, do you know what I mean? So I'm not comparing anyone's league, do you know what I mean? Listen, at the end of the day, they're all competitive, do you know what I mean? Still got to bust your arse off to win, do you know what I mean? So I don't know, I just feel like the boys deserve a look, and as you say, it might be us with our Rangers caps on, but to say that, do you know what I mean, Trent's getting in that team over Tav for me is a bit ridiculous. That boy's had a shambolic season, do you know what I mean? I don't even think he's that good, to be honest.
No.
But I don't know, I feel like Tav's better, obviously. If you're a Liverpool fan, you can agree or disagree on that, mate.
Aye, it's just obviously Tavernier's the captain. He's had a great season. He's took on the role of being the captain massively this season. We've won the league. Him and Goldson, as I say, big part of that. I feel like they should be rewarded with something like an England call-up, but I know it's unlikely due to Southgate not really rating the Scottish League, but you've got to really take into account their performances in Europe and how far we've got. How many Lewis Dunk, James Tarkowski, how many of them are in Europe right now? None of them. Like, surely that's got to be a factor in it. Like, Connor Goldson, I'll keep on talking him up because last week I thought he was exceptional as a captain again, and against a really good side. Played amazing. So, aye, for me, I'd love to see Goldson in there. I know it's not going to happen, but it sparked a really good debate. I asked a question about it on Twitter, and also, if you in the comments watching this podcast right now feel Connor Goldson or Tav are hard done by this season and deserve an England call-up, let us know. And we'll get back to you down there. But for the podcast, mate, that was a really good podcast. We had limited stuff to talk about, but we made a lot of it. So, aye, it went really well today. Enjoyed it.
Aye, but listen, as I said, see if Cal McGregor goes on to get a hat-trick for Scotland when we play Cal, son, tremendous. But until then, I don't rate you at all. Just what it is. But aye, great podcast today, mate.
Aye, I enjoyed it. So we'll be back for Thursday's match reaction. It feels really good to say that to Slavia Prague. Hopefully a positive one. Until then, if you enjoyed the podcast, like it, share it about everywhere. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the other future videos coming. And follow the socials that will be on the screen as well. And we will see you for that reaction on Thursday. Cheers.